Wow, has it been a year already? Time to celebrate with some old-fashioned Q&A. Hi, I'm Pooja Mohan. I'm an indie author, aka a self-published author, and welcome to my writing studio. I just realized that it's been a year since I posted my first ever video on YouTube. That was in early September of 2019. Back then, I wasn't sure if there was anyone who was interested in listening to what I had to say. And now look at us, this small but growing community of writers and authors who choose to join me in my writing studio week after week. This year has been hard for everyone, and I'm no different. But this little corner of the internet has been my happy place. And thank you for being my sunshine. When I started my self-publishing journey, I had no one to guide me through it. There was no one I could talk to or ask what their process was to self-publish. And I didn't know where to look for to find answers. That's one of the reasons why I created this channel. I wanted to share my experiences, my process, why I make certain decisions, what are the mistakes, and help you in some small way to not make the same mistakes and shorten your learning curve. I'm no expert, and like I said in my first video, I'm not here to teach you anything because I feel I'm still learning. I do recognize that there is value in experience of having done something for so many years, and that's my intention with every video, hoping that it can help you in some small way. Alright, let's recap. I started my channel in September of 2019 and have posted 67 videos, 68 including this one. When I look back at my first couple of videos, I can see how far I've come as a video content creator, but I've also grown as a writer and as a person as a whole. I outlined 10 books this past year, wrote 5 non-fiction essays, and revised / self-edited 5 short stories. I moved houses, I traveled a little, and experienced a life-altering event, this pandemic. There was a lot of unlearning and relearning of social and political issues that reflect in my writing. I also threw away an entire manuscript and rewrote the book. I never thought I'd have 5 subscribers, so to have 500, 600 and now over 700 subscribers is just unbelievable given how niche my channel is. Now let's celebrate, let's have some chai, coffee, water, and get into the Q&A. The first question is how to publish. Now I have done a lot of videos on the options that you have when you're considering to publish your book. So you can check out those videos. I'll leave the links to that in the description. But to quickly tell you, you have a couple of options like traditionally publishing your book, self-publishing your book, or have a combination of these two. There are also a lot of platforms that allow you to publish your work through them. Depending on the type of book you're writing, the genre you're writing in, the number of words that you have, your target audience, all these things will influence to an extent what type of publishing option you want to go with. The next question is, can you mention copyright even if you don't have it? According to the copyright website of India, the minute you create a work that is yours, it is automatically protected under copyright. But to have extra level of protection, you might consider to get your copyright registered with the government. So yes, you can use the word copyright even if you haven't registered it. If you have any question about copyright, the best place to go and find answers to it is the government website. They have a FAQ section which has answered most of the frequent questions that we have when we are considering registering our copyright. Also, if you have a question that is not answered over there, you can approach their help desk and they usually answer it pretty quickly. So check their website. I have another question about copyright. If I'm using pictures for my book from a free image site, then should I put the name of the website from where they're getting these free images? In case if you're using images, make sure that you have the correct permission to use these pictures. If it is from a free website, it's best to check what is meant by free. What is the kind of copyright under which these free images are being made available. Generally, these free image websites are covered under Creative Commons. There are different types of Creative Commons rights under which one can make their work available. So visit their website, the Creative Commons website, and understand what type of right under which these websites are making their images available. It's best to put in some time to figure out these things beforehand than to have legal issues once you've published your book. The next question is about handwriting or typewriting. So I like to do my pre-writing on a piece of paper using pen or pencil, and my drafting, editing, rewriting, revisions, all those things happens on my laptop. So in my pre-writing phase, generally I'm figuring out how good my story idea is, doing little exercises to understand my characters, writing short pieces to understand the setting, outlining. All these things I do on paper and pen. Once I have my story figured out, my characters, my settings figured out, I then move on to drafting on my laptop. What do you tell yourself when you're having doubts? I get this question quite frequently, and I did a couple of videos around this topic, like what do you do when you face writing block, or how do you deal with writing slumps or inner critique. So I did a couple of videos and I show you exactly how I talk myself through these emotions and process them, and what I feel about them once I've come on the other side. So if you haven't watched those videos, I'll leave the links to it in the description below. How do you market your self-published book, and how much do you spend on marketing your books? There are a lot of questions I get on marketing books, and I completely understand why people have so many questions about marketing. I did a video where I just mentioned briefly the kind of things you can do to market your book. I also have a few videos in the pipeline going into small details about marketing. Those videos will come in the future, but if you need ideas to market your book, check out this video. When it comes to the amount I spend for marketing, I've shared this information in my previous videos. Depending on each book, I have spent different amount for each book. I've tried different things, and I've realized that some things work better for fiction books and not for non-fiction books. And then there are some things that work very well with non-fiction books and not so much with fiction books. For my most recent book, which is a chapbook of a collection of prose and poetry, I spent around 20 or 22,000 rupees so far on marketing that book. If you'd want to know more about how much I spend in self-publishing a book, including marketing, check out this video. Which self-publishing company are you using? Can you tell me which self-publishing company I should use? I am not using any self-publishing company to publish my book. I publish my book by myself. So on the various platforms, when it comes to mentioning who the publisher is, I either mention my own name or independently published. As far as suggesting a self-publishing company, I will not do that because I have no personal experience about these different self-publishing companies. What is the difference between normal publishing and self-publishing? I'm guessing you mean traditional publishing and self-publishing. I've done a detailed video about it that you can check out, but in brief, one of the biggest differences between traditional publishing and self-publishing is the publisher. In traditional publishing, you'll be publishing with a different publisher who is going to vet your book and see if they want to invest in your book, in publishing it, in marketing it. In self-publishing, you are the publisher, so you can basically publish anything, and since you are the publisher, you'll be making all the investments in the book. Watch this video if you'd want to know point by point the differences between these two types of publishing, the pros and cons between these two types of publishing. That way it'll help you figure out which option is right for you. What is my story about? If you don't know, I'm in the middle of writing a romantic suspense novel called The Rajput, and this is a short summary I have about the book. What happens when someone's hobby leads to the death of a family member? Hidden secrets from history and complicated family. Will these get in the way of two people who are falling in love despite of all odds stacked up against them? Yeah, that's what the story is about. Next question is how to publish with a traditional publisher. I am not a traditionally published author. I'm an indie author, a self-published author, and I have no personal experience with traditional publishing. If you're interested in publishing with a particular publisher, the best thing to do is to go on their website, see what is their submission process. If you have any questions about the submission process for those particular publishers, shoot them an email, ask them whatever you want to know, and hopefully they'll reply to you. How to publish paperback in India. I have published with KDP and it's very expensive. That is the problem right now. KDP is Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing. It's a platform where you can self-publish your book. Right now they don't have a printing partner in India, which means the books are published outside of India. And so when you are trying to get them shipped to your address, you'll end up paying a very heavy shipping cost. So the workaround that I have is I use Pothi.com to publish paperback copies for my books in India. Through Pothi.com, my books are made available on Amazon.in as well as Flipkart. The next question is, can you get ISBN without copyright? Do you need ISBN for your books? Yes, you can get ISBN without copyright. Like I mentioned, you don't need to register your copyright. You have copyright the minute you've written the book. For getting ISBN, they don't ask you for copyright. They do have certain things that you have to submit to get an ISBN, and copyright is not one of them. Do you need ISBN for your book? So the answer is no. The next question is, how do you get over writer's block? For me, if I stay away from my writing, it gets harder to get back into it. What works best for me is sit down in front of my computer, even on days when I don't feel like writing, and stare at a blank piece of paper, laptop, computer, stare out of the window, and eventually I do get down to writing a few words, which eventually gets deleted. Even a few pages get deleted. Eventually I get back into the groove and words come and sentences are written and chapters are written. So yeah, that's what works for me. The next question is, how much do publishers charge to publish a book? This again goes back to the type of publishing option that you've chosen. If you've chosen to go with traditional publishing, ideally you should not be asked to spend any money to publish your book. If someone is saying that they are a traditional publisher and is still asking you to pay them to publish your book, that's not traditional publishing. For self-publishing, you have various ways to self-publish your book. If you're publishing yourself, you don't have to pay anyone unless you're hiring services. But if you're going through a self-publishing company, then depending on the package that you choose, you'll be paying some amount for whatever services they are offering. The next question is, what does your typical day look like? What is your writing routine? When do you write? So on a typical day when I'm writing, when I'm in my writing phase, once I wake up and I finish my morning routine, I sit down and write before my family wakes up. And then once my family is awake, I have my family responsibilities and my family duties. And then again in the afternoon, I sit down and work. So I could be working on my book, editing, writing something new, work on my website, or anything work related. And I like to end my day at around 4:35 and then get back into doing the household stuff. The next question is, can you publish internationally through KDP paperback but not in India? So you can publish paperback, but it'll just be very costly to publish it in India. Before I go any further, I just wanted to mention that all these questions I got were on my Instagram or in my Facebook group. If you don't follow me on Instagram or you're not in my Facebook group, consider joining us there, so that on the go, when I have these impromptu video ideas and I ask for questions, you can get your question in there. The links to all my social media profile is in the description section. All right, let's continue. Why do you publish your books on Pothi and on Amazon? Okay, by this what I mean is, why do I do it on two different platforms? So like I mentioned, Amazon does not make my paperback copies available in India, and that's why I use Pothi.com. So I don't make my ebooks available through Pothi. I only do paperbacks with Pothi, and that's the only reason why I have my books available on both these platforms. The next question is, which plan are you using on Pothi? What are the differences between POD and normal printing? I am not using any of their plans on Pothi. The reason behind it is that my readers mostly read my books on Kindle, so my focus is on Kindle. But I do know that a lot of people like to have paperback copies, and that's why I publish paperbacks through Pothi. Now, I don't want to invest a lot of money in having an inventory on Pothi, so I have the print on demand option. So when someone buys a book, that's when Pothi really prints a copy and sends it to the person, the reader, whoever has bought the book. And because they do this, the cost of each book is slightly higher than what I would like, and when compared to other books in the same genre, they are slightly higher. I don't mind that right now because I know that most of my readers are on Kindle. The difference between POD and normal printing is POD is when someone buys the book, that's when the book is printed, and in normal printing, what I understand by normal printing is you want to know about having a number of books printed and ready to go when someone buys your book. If you're doing that, you're locking in some amount in inventory, and depending on your budget and what your goals are, you might want to do that and you might not want to do that. The next question is, I saw your video about where you mentioned rapid release. What is that? So rapid release is basically a publishing strategy where you publish your book at frequent intervals. That could be a week, a month, 3 months, depending on what you call rapid release, but in general it's considered to be 1 month. You publish a book every 30 days. There are a lot of marketing advantages when you publish books within this strategy. And the goal is basically to keep the momentum going and to benefit from the buzz that one book creates. It's like a relay. So by the time you're done with one book, the next book comes out and the next book comes out. It is a very exhausting process. So you have to know what goes into it, prepare for it. And I mentioned in one of my videos that I'm planning to do that. And the way I'm planning to do that is write all the books in advance and then publish it at 30 days interval. And when I do that, I'll share with you what I did, what worked, what didn't work. So consider subscribing to this channel so that you know when those videos go up. The next question is, can you read my book? I get this request a lot, probably as much as I get questions about marketing. And I have mixed feelings about it. The first thing that comes to mind is I don't have a formal degree in writing, in literature, so I don't know if I'm the best person to help you with your book. That's one part of everyone's question, is to read the book and give them a feedback. And then there are some requests that they want me to read their book and review their book. Right now, my current workload is not such that I can take on these kind of requests. As a reader and as a writer, I do understand that my experience can help you in some way to better your story or your writing. Right now, I am not in the position to take on such work. If I do land up offering these type of services, I'll mention it in my videos. I'll let people know in my newsletters or on social media. But right now, I'm not thinking of offering these kind of services. The next question is, how do you research for a book? I clarified with this person. So what they mean is, when you're writing about a topic, how do you research for that topic so that you can include it in your book? Depending on what type of book you're writing, whether you're writing a non-fiction book or a fiction book, your research will vary in its quantity, in its depth, and how much it reflects in the writing will also vary depending on whether it's fiction or non-fiction. Where do you go to research about these topics? You'll find a lot of information in libraries. You have a lot of online libraries. That's one place to go. There are a lot of research that is already done that you can access. Again, libraries will have access to these research. So yeah, basically I would go to a library to do like authentic research. Now, on the internet, you have a lot of information ready, but it's also good to make sure that your sources are authentic and have multiple sources so that your research reflects that. An example would be if you're writing a non-fiction book about World War II, your research will look slightly different from someone who's writing a fiction book about a story that takes place during World War II. So you'll need to research about the settings, about events. So both the research will be different even though you're researching about the same thing. The next question is, how do you make better stories with better choice of words and putting extra emotions? So basically, how do you improve your writing? I talk about this a lot. Writing workshops. I don't have a formal degree in writing, so I take a lot of workshops on different aspects of writing, and that's one thing that I would recommend. Read a lot of books. I think I did a video also on resources for writing, so check out that video. But in particular, when it comes to emotions and things, try out this thesaurus, the emotional thesaurus. That has really helped me. You know, when you get this feedback as don't tell but show, this thesaurus really helps with that. So instead of saying that your character is angry, this thesaurus will actually give you the exact tools, the exact words to use instead of saying this character is angry. This thesaurus is a part of a series of other thesaurus, so check all of them out. They are really good if you are struggling to find the right words or right sentences to express what you want to say. The next question is, you mentioned an app that you are using for publishing. Can you tell me more about it? I have been using a couple of apps to help me with planning my publishing. So I've started planning the entire publishing process and all the things that I want to do for my next book. And I've been trying out a couple of apps for a while now, and I've narrowed it down to 2 apps. Once I know more what has worked for me, what hasn't, I'll share more about these apps. Why did you throw away your manuscript? That's the next question. So if you haven't been following all the videos, I have been working on my manuscript, The Rajput, for almost 4 years. I wrote the first draft back in 2016. Since then, I have invested a lot in writing, and that shows in my writing. I have been trying to fix the first draft, and I've been working off of that draft, and it was getting more and more difficult to fix it, and it made better sense to scrap everything and rewrite the whole manuscript. So that's what I did. The next question is, what is KDP? If you have any questions about self-publishing, writing or productivity, I did a whole series of FAQ videos wherein I answered one question around these topics every day in the month of July, I think. So if you have a question about self-publishing in particular, check out that playlist, and most likely you'll find some sort of an answer over there, or it'll at least point you in the direction where you can find more answers. So check that first, because that's the quickest way to get an answer from me. It takes me a little while to get to the comments and DMs and things like that, because I have been busy with my own writing project right now. Briefly, KDP is Amazon's publishing platform, and through this platform you can publish a book globally. You can create an account with KDP. You have to fill in a form which makes it easier for Amazon to understand where you are, from where you're publishing, how they can pay you, if there are any tax implications, how those things will happen. So just fill that form. It's fairly easy. They have videos that can help you. So yeah, that's what KDP is. The next question is, can you do some videos on traditional publishing? All right, so I mentioned this a little earlier. I am an indie author, a self-published author. I have no experience with traditional publishing. On my channel, I share my experiences. I don't have any experience with traditional publishing. The next question is, can we use Ingram Spark to publish a book in India? I haven't published my book through Ingram Spark, so I don't have any personal experience. I haven't looked into it. I haven't considered it. The best thing to do would be visit their site. I know that they have a free PDF that you can download that walks you through their entire process. If you have any questions that you cannot find answers to on their website, contact their help desk and take it from there. The next question is about getting motivated to write when you have a very busy schedule. Can you help? The best thing in such cases is try out different things and see what works. And also keep in mind that something that will work for you at one point may not work for you at a different time in your life. To give you an example, when I wrote my first book, I was working full time and it took me around 1.5 to 2 hours to commute one way to work. I would write during that time on my phone. That's how I wrote my first book. But that's something that's not going to work for me now when I'm a full-time writer. And now when I have a busy schedule with my family, I like to wake up in the morning and work on my writing project. Another thing that works for me, but not every time, is taking part in writing sprints. There are a lot of virtual writing groups wherever they are. They sit online on Facebook groups or YouTube and write together on their respective projects. Find out these kind of writing groups and see if that's something that works for you. Try these things, and that's the only way you'll figure out if they are for you or not. I have a Facebook group where in future I'm planning to do these kind of virtual write-ins. So if you're interested, join us there. The next question is, should I copyright my manuscript before sending it to publishers? I have never tried sending my manuscript to publishers. I don't see the need because your work is protected under copyright the minute you create it. But if you'd like to get it registered and have a legal document saying that your work is protected, why not? But I don't see if it's necessary. Another thing that it's good to keep in mind is, if your work changes substantially, you'll have to reapply for copyright. I don't know what the process will be for traditional publishers, so you'll have to speak to your publisher on that. The next question is, can you recommend a good editor? I've done 2 videos on how to find editors and how to hire them, so check those videos out. As far as recommending any editors, I don't like to recommend any editors because it'll depend on your story, the genre you're writing in. The editors that I work with, not necessarily you are writing in the same genre that I'm writing. There is a lot that goes into finding an editor. If you haven't yet, check out that video because that will help you understand the kind of editor you really need and then how to go about hiring them. And this is going to be the last question. When is your next book releasing? So I have a date in mind, but I will not be announcing it anytime soon till I am further along. I like to be a little ahead of things before I announce my publishing dates. Once I'm further along in the entire publishing phase, I'll talk about it more. All right, I think that's enough. This is a long video. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing to my channel. I make videos about self-publishing, productivity, writing. And if you are subscribed, make sure your notification bell is turned on to all so that you know exactly when my videos go up. If you're new to self-publishing, check out this playlist, or if you'd like to know more about how I set my goals as an author, check out this one. And I'll see you in the next one.